Hey, how doing? Holmes here, and welcome back to some more Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree weapon location guide. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to obtain the Sword of Night. So to begin, from the very beginning here, you are going to want to make your way through, and once you get towards the castle front here, you're going to want to take on this castle location, and then at the very end you have to fight one boss for this, which is going to be Rhia. And then after you take her down, you want to follow this path over here towards the side, unlock this side of grace, and then make your way down here. And this is where we're going to get the Iris of Occultation. And this item is very important because this is what we need to exchange for the Katana here. And over here there's also a map as well, right here by this tomb looking thing. And then once you get to that part, just hang a right, go down this, follow this path right here, and I marked it right here on the map as well, so you can see this second one right here on the left side. There is a side of grace right here that you can hit up. So yeah, we're gonna use that as a fast travel checkpoint kind of thing to get back here without having to run everywhere. And then to the third location, which is where we're gonna get the Iris of Occultation. Run by this dragon here, go through this cave, and then once you go past the cave, on the right side over here there is a side of grace you can hit up as well. Next up, we are going to want to go into this fort here. You don't have to clear this fort. There's an enemy here, but we can just sneak around from the left side over here, hop into this pit, and then work your way down here. There is one more of those guys down here. You have to take out this guy. This guy specifically drops the Iris. Alright, so you take him down and then he drops this. Like I said, this is very important because we are going to need this to get the Katana later. So that is literally all we need from this fort area. So after you get that, you can go ahead and fast travel back to this side of grace right here. So let's do that. Once you get here, you want to follow this path right here by going straight. And then once you get to this right here on the side, you can drop down here and then work your way down through this tunnel over here, and then hang up, make a 180, drop down here, go through this tunnel, and then at the very end you're gonna see a ladder here. So just take this ladder up the well. It's a long ass freaking ladder, and then you're gonna get to the Bonny village. Now our next step is, in this village you want to go towards this very top corner right here, and then I'm gonna put another marker here so I know what to go after. So the thing we're gonna get up here is gonna be a gesture. It's gonna be called Oh Mother, and this is a very important thing to get as well, because it's a key thing in order for us to progress the story, or the story to get the Katana. And yeah, this is what the gesture looks like right here. Oh Mother. So yeah, we need this for later. We don't need it right now, but let's just get this out of the way here. So we pretty much have all the stuff that we need to gather before taking on this quest line done, because you do have to do like this church quest line, and at the very end that's when you get to pick up the Katana. But the two things we just gather are very important, the Iris and the gesture. But anyways, now that we got those two things, the next thing we gotta do is get to the church. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm not fighting anything here, and you can run past everything that you see here. Right here there is this furnace golem here, so be careful about that. The current that brings you up doesn't really take you anywhere, so just stay on this path right here. And this path is also kind of important because, for the sake of not having to fast travel, there's a side of grace right here. Okay, we're gonna use this as a fast travel point later, so it's ideal to hit that up. And then after you do that, you want to make a left towards this side right here, and this is gonna take you to the church. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to find anybody here. there is a site of grace right here as you enter. Now for me, on screen here, you guys are gonna see the church is more or less empty because I'm already like pretty much done with the quest line here. So yeah, but if it's your first time getting here, there is gonna be an NPC that's gonna be sitting on this chair, and then upon exhausting his dialogue, he will give you this map and this necklace. Alright, so these are going to be important because we are going to need this to progress the storyline. So after you grab those two items, the next thing you want to do is you want to head on back to the castle front side of grace, and then you want to work your way down over here towards the Cerulean coast area. And then right here you can wrap around the coast side and then get to this little Finger of Rhia pit location. So yeah, let's get to it. So here we are in the castle front side of grace, and then we're gonna go towards the left side over here, and then the split over here, hang a right down here, and once you get to this part, there's gonna be another split that goes up and lower left. You want to take the lower left side, and it's pretty straightforward here. You can choose to fight enemies if you want to. I'm just gonna speed run past all of them. And right here, once you get to the poison water, you want to keep going straight down here. And then once you see these two little flowers, you're on the right path. Keep going down here. There are some of those little guys, but we're just gonna run past them. Down here, there's a giant crab. Once you see the crab, hang a left. Another flower over here. This cave, there's nothing here. Keep going straight. There is a site of grace right up here, so you can hit this up for checkpoint purposes. It's right there. And then after that, keep going straight over here. You do have to do a little bit of platforming here. If I can do it, you can do it, because I suck so much in platforming. Once you get to the bottom here, to hang a left over here, and then just kind of follow this path. Be careful with these enemies here, because they can shoot projectiles sometimes. And then a little bit more platforming over here. Ooh. And here's another site of grace. Highly recommend you hit up that site of grace in case of fall damage deaths. So once you get to this point, a little bit more platforming. Get onto this rock right here, and then work your way down here. There is another furnace golem over here. So from this part right here, when you see the giant crab, you want to hug the right side so you don't piss off the golem. So I'm just hugging the right side as much as possible here. And then once you see an opening, take it, and you will arrive at the Cerulean coast. And there's another site of grace right here. So from this side of grace, we are going to work our way down. There is going to be a ghost flame dragon in the middle over there. So the way to avoid that is you can just hug the left side this time, and you can avoid this fight right here. But if you want to, you can take on the golem and the dragon, you know, if you're feeling murderous or adventurous, whichever. But yeah, we're just going to ignore that. Here's a map location you can pick up as well. And then there is another site of grace we can hit up here as well. Right here. So once you get to this point right here, you want to work your way down towards the beach, which you can do so by just... There's a drop over there, and then you can go around. And then once you hit up that ramp, that is where the Finger of Rhia is going to be. So from here, once you get past this giant tomb right here, there's a little drop over here you can take. And then just work your way down here. This you can drop down without dying. It looks like super high up, but it is not. And then you can cross this shallow water over here. You don't have to like stick towards the sand area. So we're just gonna do that, save time. And then once you get to this part right here, hang a left, go up here, and then a little opening on the side, on the right side over here, there's a site of grace, and we are at the Finger Ruin of Rhia. So from here, we're just gonna work our way down there, and the only thing we have to be careful is that those there are some, like, I don't know, leech looking enemies that can shoot these projectiles that can stun you, and then they can grab you, and it does like a decent amount of damage. But for the first location over here, if you just like go towards this empty left side over here, you're pretty safe. And then just work your way towards the center over here, and then there's this thing right here that you can interact with. So once you interact with that, it's going to give you this Crimson Sea Talisman. Once you get that, you want to fast travel back to the church, and it's going to be the same deal. The guy's going to be sitting there, and it's going to, I think he gets more and more crazier as you progress the story. So talk to him, exhaust his new dialogues. You can check his shop for new spells as well. Upon finishing up his dialogue, he's going to give you the second map and also this Beloved Stardust. And this is going to be a talisman as well. Okay, so from the church, you're going to want to fast travel over to this side of Grace. And then from here, we're going to work our way from the side of Shadowkeep. And then you don't have to fight any bosses. You just have to use the gesture there and then work your way back over here. And this is going to be the Finger Ruins of Dheo. So let's get to the path over here. So pretty much go straight, and then this is going to bring you into an area. But you don't have to fight any bosses here. You can just skip everyone over here as well. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do that. There is going to be a side of grace up these stairs right here. And then there's a little bit of platforming here. Get over here to the center and jump over here, and then you can follow this side up. Careful with these flames because those things will self-destruct. And then just hug the left side over here, and then this part right here you can make a jump and then get up here. There's gonna be a hole in the rooftop, drop down here, and then drop down here, and from here go straight. There are gonna be this guy right here, so we're gonna skip this guy, and when we see the second one, we're gonna hang a left. There's a second one, hang a left, and there's a lift right here, so take this up. These elevator rides are pretty freaking long. So yeah. Okay, so once you reach the top right here, make a left. There's another side of grace, because we are going to be going up even more, and I don't want to fall and having to rerun that entire part again. So yeah, pretty important, I would say, because I mean this part is not too terrible, but just in case, like, I don't know, you're whacked or whatever. So once you get to the top of this ladder here, hang a right, keep going straight. Right here you want to turn, make a U-turn, and then there's an opening in the wall right here. Hop out the wall. There's a little bit of path here, and then another side of grace, and then from this side of grace turn right, and there's another lift to go up even freaking higher. And then once you get out here, make a left, make another left, make a right here. There's gonna be this ladder right here, so you can take this up. Be careful because there are bats around this location. They're not tough, but you know, if you fall down, it is certain death. So once you get to this part right here, you want to jump off to this balcony area here, and then take this elevator down. This is so tedious. Alright, and then once you get to the bottom here, take this path down. There is going to be a lift right here the first time around, so with the power of editing, there's the lift again. So we're going to take the lift all the way down, and this, well, once we get to the very bottom, that is where the Oh Mother gesture is going to come into play. Side of grace here, so just letting you see here. And then on the right side here, if it's your first time through, the statue will be dead center right here, and this is where you want to perform the gesture. So just pop up your gesture menu, and then that's not the gesture. Use the Oh Mother gesture in front of the statue. And then once you do a gesture, the statue will move towards the right side, and this path will open up. So once that happens, you want to go through here, You can drop down here if you want to, and then another site of grace right here. So from this site of grace, we are just gonna make a beeline. There's gonna be a site of grace here. So hit up that site of grace and then go straight down to the Finger Ruins of Dheo. And let's get to it. Get on your mounts, go on the right side here. There's the left side. I'm not sure if it connects, but there's like a huge crater there. So be careful of the tree sentinels here. As far as I know, there are 2 here, and you can speedrun past them. And just to make sure they don't follow you, you can hit up this side of grace right here. And this will usually work. So after hitting up the side of grace, we're really close to where we gotta be now. So from here, it's a straight shot, but it's a little bit further than the previous one, in my opinion. And I feel like there's more of those things that can stun you and grab you. So yeah, just be careful. I haven't found a like 100% safe way through this. Through the right side, there is like a huge drop, so we can't make it through here. So I'm just zigzagging here because the hands can also stun you with that purple attack. And that's not what I'm talking about, not the hand. There's these like leech looking things that can also do that. So see, there's a huge drop here, so you can't do it. And the moment you get hit by that, these things will pop up, and most of the time the grab will miss. But if they do end up like getting you with the grab, I think without the proper amount of blessings, it'll probably one-shot you. So just be careful. I think at this point you might be safer just dodging like that on foot rather than on horseback, because you can't really dodge on horseback. And these things just like, it homes, and I don't know. So like, see, if you're on foot, you can dodge that like by rolling, but if you're on horseback, there's no like dodge button. You know, you can sprint, but I don't know, I feel like it doesn't work. So anyways, I pretty much just powered through that. And then once you get to this point right here, you can interact with this, and then it'll give you the Cerulean Sea Talisman. And with this, you are going to want to go on back to the church and talk to this guy again. This guy is going to start getting even more crazier now, if I remember correctly. So once again, exhaust his dialog, and then check his spells if you want to, because he's gonna get more and more spells, and he'll give you the 3rd map. Once that happens, you are gonna want to then reload this location, so just fast travel back to this again, and then the church is gonna look like this, where the guy is gone, and then you can interact with this chair here, and this apparently pushes open, revealing a secret tunnel area over here. So you're gonna want to take this ladder down, and there is gonna be a invasion fight before we get to the boss. So you take this down in this eerie looking place. Alright, once you get to this part right here, if it's your first time through, you're gonna get invaded right about here. And then with this invader, I just did pure jump attacks like this, and it stun locked the crap out of him. And yeah, it was a cakewalk. So once you get rid of this guy, it drops his weapon, and then you can then make your way up on top of the hill here, where there's going to be a 3rd one of those finger whistle things that you can ring or whatever. And this will take you to, I guess you can say, the final boss of this mission, kind of, sort of, because there's gonna be a few more fights right after this. But if you're having trouble against like the fights that are coming up, is way easier than what you have to deal with right here. Because right here you have to deal with the Mother of Fingers, and if you get wrecked, it'll spawn you right back outside before you blew the whistle. So it's not too tough, but it's not like directly right there either. So anyways, after you defeat her, you want to walk back to the church here. And if it's your first time through, once you interact with this chair here, you're gonna get invaded by this knight right here. So pretty much same deal, except you kind of dodge back, so you missed a few of my shots there. But you can stun them with jump attacks as well. So once that is done, you're gonna get invaded again, And by this guy, this is pretty much the NPC that was sitting there, except now he is like completely cracked. And he does this thing where he keeps teleporting. And the only like sure way for him to like stand still is when he's spawning the hands like that. Then you can get in like a few shots, and then he's gonna like start teleporting again. So get rid of the hands. Don't stay near him. Just kind of wait at this point, because he's gonna want to spawn another one of those freaking hand things. So we're gonna wait, and then when he spawns it again, go at him again. And yeah, this guy doesn't have much, and he drops his whole entire set and everything like that, and his bell bearing as well. So you can use that on the merchant back in the round table hole to buy his spells if you didn't end up buying his spells from talking to him. And then finally, once you beat him, reload the area again, and then there is going to be this knight right here on the right hand side dying, and just talk to her. And this is where the Iris of Occultation is going to come into play, because with this, you can give it to her at like once her dialogue's about to end. You give her this, and that is how you get the Blade of Night, or the Sword of Night, sorry. So you just talk to her, and then here's the second option right here. The first option gives you an Ash of War, which is able to summon her. The second one will give you the Katana, the shadowy Katana. And you can only pick one, because right after you pick one, she then dies, so you can't like get the other one. So yeah, you gotta have to pick one per NG. So make sure you pick the right one. And there it is, Sword of Night, this shadowy katana, really badass looking. And let's take a look at its moves and its aesthetics. So this is what the katana looks like. It's all shadowy and abyss looking, really badass. So let's go ahead and take a look at its regular light attack combo. It's a 5-hit combo, and then here is the heavy attack combo, which is a 2-hit combo, and you can also charge this up as well like that. Here is the rolling forward lights, rolling forward heavy, back step light, back step heavy. Here's the jumping light, jumping heavy. Okay, so moving on to the two-handed version, here's the light attack, also a 5-hit combo. Here's the heavy attack, 2-hit combo as well, and then you can also charge it. It looks exactly the same, but two-handed version. Rolling forward lights, rolling forward heavy, and back step light, back step heavy, jumping lights, and jumping heavy. And you can also kind of guard with this thing. And finally, the Ash of War. So when you tap it, it does this attack right here, what you're seeing here. You can't combo it off, but that is the extent of it. But there is a enhanced version. When you hold the Ash of War, this happens and looks really freaking badass. So let's take a look at this thing here. Here are the stat requirement for this. And here is going to be the lore / description for this weapon. This weapon does require somber smithing stones to upgrade, and when you get it to +10, it has a B scaling with dex, so it's not too bad. But yeah, that's about wrap it up for this video. So I thank you all so very much for watching. Hopefully this video has helped if you are curious on how to get the Sword of Night, this awesome shadowy katana. And yeah, until next time, I hope to catch y'all later. Ohms out.